So relationships have been hard for me throughout my years, through the military, and then on into my civilian life. I ended up moving to Alabama because my parents lived in Alabama. And then that's when I met Barb.
He was the first one that really introduced me to praising God. We got married in 2007. It was kind of rocky. Not gonna lie, it was.
No, it wasn't kinda.
It was really rocky.
Yeah.
It was. A lot of that rocky was me. Every single night, because things were hard, I would come home and drink. And I guess the whole time, every single night, I did. Mm-hmm. So it made it like super hard for us to have like any kind of relationship.
That was her way of coping.
That was my way of
coping. Her coping mechanism she smoked a lot and she drank a lot.
I did. We actually didn't get a divorce until 2011. We just separated, and Jay was back and forth. But in that time, I mean, that's when I started coming to potential, and really God did a work in me too. I remember whenever I was watching television, whenever I came here, and Jay was gone, but then he was still like back and forth. And I was watching television, and Pastor Joy was on TV, and I'm like, why am I sitting here? What am I doing? So I got up, got dressed, and went to church, and that's what I did. And then I had been going probably for, I don't know, almost a year, but in the midst of that year, I went to church. I made the decision, I'm going to stop, I'm not going to smoke, I'm not going to drink. And I know, with God, everything's possible. It is, absolutely. I am now, haven't had a drink in almost 10 years. April 17th, 2020, it will be 10 years. And I quit smoking the very same day, too. So just, stopped everything and said, okay, you know what? I know I can't do it by myself, but, God's my number one. He's my whole heart. I'm going to serve him. I'm going to do whatever he wants me to do. Wherever he leads me, that's what I'm going to do. And let him take care of everything else. And that's what I did. Jay had been to church at Potential whenever he was back and forth with us. He had come then. But at that point, he wasn't here right then.
Yes. Yeah, it was like 5 years that we were divorced. And through that time, there was a lot of things that God was dealing with me about. A lot of things. I mean, I was jacked up from the floor up, tore up from the floor up, they say. And that's what led to us, along with things that she was going through, our divorce. But it was definitely not all her. I had a lot to play into that. But God had to do a reset with me. He had to hit the reset button and do a lot of change in me before I could accept her for who she is. And so I realized that what I had let go was what I was, was the best thing for me.
If I hadn't been involved, if I hadn't really gotten my priorities right and made God first in my life, that wouldn't have happened. And that came from the local church. It did.
The doctor called me 2 weeks in September, 2 days before my birthday in September, and said, I'm sorry, Mr. Winans, but we found an aggressive prostate cancer. People say, I never think you can hear the C word, or it can be you, and then it was. My dad had just passed 3 years prior, and he had cancer. So the initial thought when he got the phone, I just was silent. It wasn't like, why me? I never questioned God. Never have ever questioned God. But it was just like, why now? And so I got my mom. She lives with us. Mm-hmm. We take care of her. My dad just was lost. So now I'm the last one. And then what's gonna happen to me if I go and my mom's left by herself and she's lost everybody? God had just turned the marriage around, and then now I'm facing this, and so what's the outcome that can be? And so then once that happened, it was kind of crazy. But the next morning I got up and I said, I am strong. I said, I'm a man of faith, and God has made me for a purpose, and he has a plan and a destiny for my life. And I'm not going now, but if I do go now, I'll be better off there than I am here. And I don't know what God did in that transition from being totally distraught and crying with my family to rising up and saying, God is bigger than this, and I'm not gonna go down easy.
You know, there's always a lot to do, but then there's a lot more. I want to make sure that everything's taken care of for him, and then, you know, I do. Quite honestly, I look at all the bills and go, oh, okay, all right, God. I don't know how we're going to do it or what we're going to do, but, you know, he's always provided. Out of the blue, they called us, like, from the hospital, and they're like, okay, well, right before your surgery, we need a down payment. And we're like, okay, cool. What is that? $4,000.
$4,000.
Can we please have $4,000? And we're both like,
yeah.
oh.
And my initial thing was, I'll just keep my prostate.
No, he's not.
Yeah, because don't have $4,000 to give them before this.
Your church family loves you, and we wanted for you guys to be part of the golden ticket. Your church family wants to honor you guys with $4,000 as a golden ticket to help you guys financially. We're honored to be part of this journey. We're honored to love and link arm with you guys and know that those prayers are heard by God, and know that the local church is here for you guys.
Thankful, man, that people loved me without judging me, loved me unconditionally, reached out to me in probably one of the worst times of my life. You know, I was willing to go home if that's what it was going to be. It's helping me to stand even stronger than I already thought I could.
We pray for Julius and for his surgery tomorrow, God. God, declaring that when the doctors go in, there's precision and there's clarity, and the right doctors are in the room, Father.
Yes.
But also, God, declaring and believing, God, that you're a God of miracles, Father.
Yes,
that when they go in there,
God.
God, that everything is removed and there's nothing left
Yes,
there for anything to manifest, Father.
Yes.
That this is just the first step and
Thank
the
you,
last
Jesus.
step that he'll need to take, Father.
Yes.
And I'm here to tell you that I've gone through the surgery, and the doctor walked out and he gave a thumbs up to Barb and the team and said that everything went really well, and he did the best. He got everything out that he knew of and could see or find, and did a real good job. So we're at the end of this now. I'm going to be leaving today, and I want to thank everybody. God bless you all, and I love you with all my heart.